What's going on, Vion here with another Mecha Break video. This video is a very quick I Am Misra guide, so let's jump into it. So first up, this particular map objective is to secure a data key and upload it to the space shuttle. This map has 3 points, point A, point B, and point C. Now, depending on where you spawn, it will depend on where you are relative to these points. Now, I will say that point A is inside a building with these doors, these shutter doors that will actually close and open. There are other ways you can get inside of this area, and that is flyers. There's like different flyer holes you can actually fly in or just jump and boost through. So keep in mind and check it out. There's a long corridor on one side, and on the other side there's like a shortcut way. But in there, you have to make sure you're very careful because that's a close quarters area, and it definitely favors the melee-oriented type opposed to the long range or flying variety. Now, point B is basically, it's on the outside in the middle of the map, kind of in the backslash middle of the map, while C is on the opposite side of A, and that is outside as well, but it is by some structures where you could probably hide and run around to kind of take cover. But B, you don't have as much cover to deal with. Now, I'll say pay attention to the location of the first objective. When you spawn in, you will be informed of a objective spawning soon. Now, I've seen it be point B a lot, but sometimes it's A and sometimes it's C, so I can't really tell you which one is always going to spawn, so just be very mindful of that. Now, going back to the actual objective, once you interact with the key, you will be required to upload it essentially for a few seconds, if that. This is like any other interaction objective. If you're attacked while doing this, you're going to be interrupted and you have to start over. It is very important to use strikers with either shields, walls, bubbles, shields, whatever, to kind of buy some time, as well as clearing enemies or drawing enemies away from that objective. So that way you can pick the item up and be on your way. Speaking of which, after picking up the key, the player who picks the key up you're basically a ball carrier, right? You take this time to make your way to the objective / shuttle. I strongly suggest teammates escorting and protecting the carrier, because while you're in possession of the key, you will be marked to all allies and all enemies of your location. So there's no escaping. They're going to see you and they're going to come for you. Now, once you get to the shuttle, there will be a zone around the area where you must stand in or be around while holding this data to upload it to the shuttle. There will be 3 bars at the bottom of the screen, and they'll slowly increase over time, granting you more points. Now, with these points, I must say that you can be destroyed as a carrier when holding this data or this key, resulting in that lost opportunity. So that's why I strongly encourage the enemy carrier is to be targeted extremely fast. You don't want them getting those points, okay? Now, there will be times where multiple data keys will actually activate. You should choose what's best for the situation you're in. Key generated at A and key generated at C, but most of the enemy team is at C. If you're at C, maybe you can break off, go to A, and pick up that key with little to no contest. And then, hey, who knows? You may be able to get back to the shuttle, upload some, if not all of it, but to each their own. It is important to note during the course of this map, a storm will begin to start up. You will get notified a little before it starts. Now, once this storm starts, it will drain health as well as scramble lock-on systems. So take this time to get familiar with your allies, their paint schemes, schematics, what strikers you have on your team, what strikers you don't have. And I also want to note that when you are actually in this storm, you can still shoot and attack with certain abilities. And if you see the hit marker pop up, that means they're an enemy. Just keep hitting them, okay? Just hit them. They're bad guys. Simple enough. But I think it's very important to keep an eye out on the colors that your allies use as well as the strikers, so you don't go around being friends with an enemy and later regret that. I would also say, as we finish it off here, this storm does not always occur at the same time. I've seen it occur around like 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, so on. And it'll vary, right? I don't know an exact time. If someone does, feel free to drop the information below. But I will say that this map has little cover compared to others outside of the objective A point having, being a building, and the side C, you also have those small structures, and there's little ridges in between in the middle of the map you can like duck around with, but it's not going to save you for but a second or two. And sometimes that helps, right? And keep in mind, the longer you stay in the objective ring and the shuttle, the more points you get until all 3 bars are filled up. Then you have to rinse and repeat. Another important fact, if you destroy an enemy striker, you're going to get 1 point to your score. Whoever gets their bar full first, I believe it's at 100, they win the match. So be very, very mindful of this. It can help win or turn the tides in a stalemate if you're looking for that. So just remember to focus fire, communicate, and stuff like that. Now, this map, I'll say a lot of different strikers are viable here. Of course, you have sniping suits that can cover objective B and objective C. A is a little bit harder because it's inside, but it can be done. Strikers that can either heal or defend themselves with gathering objectives is very desirable in my opinion, as well as close range combat. So there's a lot of variety you can do here. It just depends on what your playstyle is and how you feel about that. Hopefully this very quick guide has found you well. Hopefully this information will help in some degree. If you think it was useful, helpful, do me a favor, like the video, share it around, let people know. But that's what I want to do. Keep it short and sweet for you all. And of course, I'll see you in the comments below. Until next time, stay out of trouble. Until then, nothing but love. Peace.